want to go traveling. I don't mind where we go. As
क्या
Here we
ये
are.
शुरू हो
This is the
गया?
place.
we might be too late. Looks like nobody's. Oh, Sino moves fast. If he was here, he's.
I know that voice. Is that Tainari I hear?
Ah! Professor Zahahadi!
Wow, so it really is you.
सही में
My
काफी ओल्ड हो
goodness,
गई है ये तो।
whatever is going...
We're looking for Sino. So,
Yes, not long ago, in fact. He knocked on my door and asked if I'd seen Cyrus today at all. I told him the old fool left early this morning, and I hadn't heard him come back. So we went to his place, and would you believe it? He's gone. Goodness knows where to. It must have alarmed Sino, because he took off in an awful hurry after that. He never did explain what this was all about. How serious is it?
Well, if Cyrus isn't at home. Oh, it sure doesn't sound good.
Professor, did you hear that a student recently tried to extort Cyrus?
Why, yes, that day. I noticed he was watering his flowers in the field in complete silence. He had a piece of paper clutched in his hand, and he looked lost in thought. I could tell something was troubling him, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. If Sino hadn't happened to visit him that day, he'd probably still be holding on to that thing. After seeing the letter, Sino told him to contact the Corps of 30, but Cyrus was very reluctant. He claimed it would only damage his reputation. Eventually, he relented, after much persuasion from Sino.
Huh? Cyrus didn't want to report it. Strange, when we saw him, he seemed pretty okay with the idea of the kid getting his just desserts.
As a former sage, it's possible Cyrus still has enemies at the Academia. That's why Sino was so insistent that he report the matter to the authorities. I was there while they were going back and forth over it.
So Cyrus initially hoped to stop this from going public. But why?
Oh, dear. What on earth has that old fool
Interesting.
gotten himself wrapped up in? Oh, I almost forgot. Sino left me this letter to pass on to you. He wrote it when he came by earlier.
Thank you.
What does it say? Let Paimon take a look.
My friends, this is a rather complicated state of affair. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand, accept that I had to act alone at this stage. Don't come after me. Oh,
My
serious.
friends, this is a rather complicated state of affair.
Yep, that sounds like Sino. Thank you, Professor. Please do... Traveler, Paimon, let's head to the acad...
I see a cute dog, so I have to pet it. Hello. Do you want biscuit? Do you? Hello. Okay, let's not get distracted.
I do
नीचे
love
गाना.
Spina di Rosula's logo. It was designed by my mother. Have you noticed how it's shaped like a heart?
No.
What? But I think it's way better to stay here and study.
What are they talking about? पर मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है अभी. Let's go. Who are we looking for? Oh,
You're here? I thought you were going after... Ah, I guess you lost their trail. We went to Cyrus's house. No one was there. Sino got there before us, but he was long gone by the time we arrived. He didn't say where he was going?
No.
no.
He left us a letter and told us not to go after it.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Sino. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the emblem from memory again, but in more detail this time.
Oh,
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design. The one I found was a little blurry, but the similarities in the general form and certain details were clear enough to confirm a match.
Yeah, and we're lucky we found anything at all. It turns out the emblem was all but lost to history. We scoured the entire Academia collection, and that book was the only one with a record of the motif.
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka to disclose his source. The one who told him about
nice.
Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert. According to Uraka, he had a striking presence and was well educated.
Apparently, the two met in the tavern over a game of cards. The guy claimed to be in the city for business as part of a merchant caravan. Uraka was intrigued when he heard what his new acquaintance had to say and brought up the idea of extorting Cyrus for Mora. The guy encouraged him to go ahead with it, then handed him some pen and paper to write the letter. I
Mm,
see. So it could be that this person planted the paper intentionally.
So, how do we find this guy?
He doesn't know. He claims not to have seen him since that day in the tavern. The man gave him some tips on how to carry out the extortion, but from then on, Uraka was acting alone.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the Court of 30 and review the city's entry and exit record. Also, Nephis admitted that the Temple of Silence in the Academia is just a facade. The
oh,
true Temple of Silence once came to the rainforest to establish a collaboration with the Academia. But, as time went by, the sages gradually became corrupt and foolish. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia and ended the partnership. They retreated back to the desert about 400 years ago. Ever since
oh.
its inception, the Temple of Silence has been the guardians of King Deshret's civilization and belief system. They traveled throughout Sumeru, sequestering and guarding any wisdom that posed a threat to the people's livelihoods. At its roots, it was a legitimate and reputable organization whose purpose was to guide people towards the right path.
The academia of the day knew that the split would damage their reputation if it became a matter of public knowledge. And so, they set...
Not only that, but they managed to keep up the charade for hundreds of years.
So how did Cyrus become acquainted with the
400
true
years.
Temple of Silence if they left? I'll bet that's the question that bothered Sino. Probably why...
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the first step of the plan. Their true goal in doing so was for Cyrus to see the emblem on the letter.
He must have recognized it right away. That'll be why he didn't want to involve the authorities. He probably hoped to take care of the whole thing by himself. Unfortunately for him, Sino had other plans.
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated, That is in all likelihood where Cyrus went.
I have to go after him.
Really? Are you sure that's a good idea with how you respond to the heat? Why don't we send someone else?
I should be fine, as long as I bring plenty of water. Besides, I just can't shake this ominous feeling that if we don't catch up to them soon...
Everyone, I have news from the Corps of 30.
Oh,
Master!
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tainari's master?
same
Oh.
hairstyle as
It's a
Unicorn.
pleasure to meet you, Traveler in Paimon. Several independent eyewitnesses have reported seeing Cyrus and Mahamatra Sino leaving the city at different times. Both were heading in the direction of Caravan Rebat. I was going to suggest that you join forces with the Corps of 30 in this case. However, as I'm sure you've already heard from Al-Haytham and Kaveh, the Temple of Silence is involved. The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I am ashamed to talk about. It may well be that no better choice was available to them, but those actions are nonetheless a stain on our legacy. I won't attempt to make you understand the Academia's perspective. Now is the time for action.
I understand where you're coming from, Master. But I'm afraid the situation might be more complicated than we thought.
Hello,
I
Arjuna.
think we need to keep a low
Yes,
profile, or risk
the
making
laptop is
things
still
worse.
alive. So am I.
Good point. If Cyrus is involved with the other side, or worse, if he's fallen into their hands, and... everyone, we have to get Cyrus and Sino back safely.
बड़ा funny
We
दिख रहा
cannot
है.
afford to lose them.
Need our help? Whatever you need, we got you
Really? Wonderful. You have my most sincere gratitude. Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from Uraka. Kaveh, Scribe Al-Haytham, I'd like to ask you to cover the duties of the House of Dana. Tainari, you are planning to go into the desert, correct?
I
Yes.
am. Kaveh, I'll be okay. You stay behind to help Master and Al-Haytham.
Well, if you're sure. Okay. But be careful.
मैं Wattpad में novel पढ़ा. Wattpad में
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
सोचा complete करके आऊंगा live में. Oh my god. सही में तुम Wattpad में पढ़ रहे हो?
You'd better get moving. Don't forget
Damn.
to ask for help when you need it.
Will do.
कौन
Let's
सा
go,
novel
Tainari.
पढ़ रहे
Hopefully
हैं?
we can catch up with Sino before it...
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance already. But we...
The Spinner. Uff. पढ़ो खत्म हुआ? Okay, we don't have to leave. हम यहाँ से भी जा सकते हैं. Attack humans. Completed noise. अच्छा था. Novel पढ़ना is good, but Wattpad सुन के हंसी आ गई मुझे. Uh, I guess we all have history Wattpad पे.
Okay, we made it to Caravan Ribat. Where should we go next? Maybe we should ask the nearby guard.
Hold on. Look...
अरे
that
दिया भी है. Candice भी
You
है.
sure you want to brave the desert alone? I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day, but still.
It's not my first time. I'll be fine.
Sino.
If you're really going to go through with this, then at least take our advice. When you're packing for your trip, budget for 5 days more than you plan to spend out there.
Makes sense.
Noise.
Okay, I'll go get ready.
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's
Nothing
steps,
is bad
aren't you?
when you are a play. अच्छा.
Didn't I tell you not to come after me?
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go off on your own like...
Nothing personal. It's just a
Takes a special kind of person to get Sino chasing them all the way out to Caravan Rebat. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Is he Sumeru's most wanted or something? Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a...
Hi,
And
dear.
Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all of our friends is the whole reason we're here.
You're looking well. Glad to see it. Candace and I came to
हमें
Caravan
क्या ही हो
Rebot on
सकता है?
business. We ran into Sino as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone with just a sumpter beast in tow and very few supplies. That's gotta be one heck of a story.
Sino, it's okay
Oh
if
my
you can't tell
gosh.
us anything about the case.
That is like,
Let us know how we can support you.
oh, I wish I could replay it. कितना अच्छे से उसने साइनो बोला था.
We're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the quicker we'll be able to find the person you seek.
No, it's not that simple. If I'm right, he'll be doing everything he can to avoid us.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, it's pretty clear that he wants to try and solve this on his own. It won't be easy trying to find him in the desert when he's deliberately trying to cover his track.
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
Still, if he
Mhm.
started from Caravan Rebot, the chances are that his route took him past our village. You may as well ask if anyone...
My thanks to you both. Once this is resolved, I will find a way to repay you.
Ah, come on. No need to get all serious. Just buy a round of drinks next time we're all in the city or something.
That's a deal.
All right, so...
Yes, we'll handle it from here. Thank you again for your help. I don't take it for granted.
All right, then
He's
we'll
such
leave
a
you to it.
nice guy.
Just remember, if you change your mind and need some reinforcements, we'll be here.
I love dark romance. I guessed.
And don't think you'd be imposing. You can depend on us.
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
मुझे तो romance ऐसे generally नहीं पसंद. I don't read. क्या ही बोलूं. But I used to. पहले. Not anymore. अब मैं non-fiction पढ़ती हूँ.
Hold on. There's a few things I'd like to clear up.
Go on.
So, after you left the campsite, we had a longer talk.
Clearly, we've only scratched the surface of the Temple of Silence question.
क्या कह रहे हो? वो भी ठीक ही
It
लगते
doesn't
हैं.
surprise me at all that the one in the...
Do you have any connection with the Temple of Silence?
उसके अलावा मुझे थ्रिलर और ऐसे क्राइम इन्वेस्टिगेशन हॉरर भी थोड़ा सा पढ़ लेती हूँ फैंटेसी
I do.
इट्स गुड टू नो
I
कि तुम
trust
भी
you're all
बुक्स
aware
पढ़ते
of
हो
the
इट्स
spirit that
गुड
gives me my power.
ये
Hermanubis,
रीडर्स हैं हम
the
लोग फिर
original founder of the Temple of Silence. Due to my unique constitution, I was put through a number of trials in the desert when I was younger. Later, I met the professor, and
क्या
he
तुमने
brought me
ये
to
वाला
Sumeru
क्वेस्ट
City.
करा है क्या because
But
this is
my memory of that
interesting
time is hazy. I can't recall. It's a good thing that Kaveh noticed the emblem on the letter. Without that, I don't know if we would have connected the dots and realized there was more to this case than mere extortion. I did not recognize that symbol at all. Whether that's because I've never seen it, or because my memory fails me, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you're right. Thank goodness for
6 महीने
Kaveh,
पहले
and for all Hatham's
ओह,
diligence during his time as acting Grand Sage.
But Cyrus must have recognized it right away, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have had
अलाइटम
any
का
qualms
स्टोरी
about you
क्वेस्ट करना
reporting it.
बाकी है पहले
Oh,
मैं
maybe
ये कर
his
रही
connection
हूँ
to the Temple of Silence goes even deeper than yours.
I suspect so too. Professor has never once mentioned the Temple of Silence in conversation. And whenever the conversation turns to Hermanubis and the concept of spirit indwelling, he
what
avoids going into any
spirit
depth.
indwelling
Well, speaking of avoiding things, you do realize, don't you, now that we've caught up with you, you're stuck with us for the rest of the way.
I am aware,
इसका पूछ
and
है?
I have accepted it. Or rather, I don't
इसका
see how
पूछ
I could
क्यों
manage to
है?
ditch you en route, so I might as well accept that you're coming with me.
That's right. Fact is, we're coming with you whether you like it or not. So the best option now is to try to look out for each other.
Fair enough. Then at least let me buy you a drink once we're back in the city.
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here can tell us.
Hello.
Hello.
Mahamatra.
I'm looking for someone. So I'd like to confirm any recent foot traffic in and out of Aru village.
कोई चप्पल पहना साइनो को यार.
Hmm.
फिर
A
डेजर्ट में आ
man
गया खाली
matching that
पैर.
description passed by Aru village not too long ago. He stopped by to load up on food and water and feed his sumpter beast. Then he was on his way.
Where was he going?
Let me think. He took a seat by the entrance of the village for a while and had a brief chat with the person who came to deliver the water. He said he was headed somewhere near an oasis,
जैसे
but he didn't
वेरेसा के
mention which
हॉर्न से
one.
वैसे ही इसका
Do you have a
टेल है.
map?
अरे
I can mark out the direction he was heading and the best routes to any nearby oases.
I have one. Mark away.
Great. There you go.
वैसे I
Thank
like
you
the
so
old
much.
Verisa.
You were a great help.
You've got a
You
really
are a
good
freaky
memory.
guy, I guess.
Ah, you're quite welcome. Best of luck. I hope you find him soon.
But why does she have horns? Like, अभी तक मुझे उसकी स्टोरी पता नहीं है वेरेसा की. If I could, I see.
Sunglasses are great at keeping the sand out of your eyes so you can see your way. Except at night. Then you can't see
इसीलिए ये
anything at all.
सनग्लासेस पहन के चलती है. बहन आप तो अंधेरे में भी सनग्लासेस पहन के चलेंगे. What's new? Oh, I see something that I should take. क्या यहाँ पर फिशिंग स्पॉट है? I should mark it there.
Quick, look! Up in the sky! Look at that scorching sun! It's like a blast furnace! You know what
पागल है
this
क्या?
means? It means we have to drop everything right now and make a run for the ice cream store. We need to get 2 of the biggest cones they sell, and then it's an all-out race to see who can finish before it melts.
हाँ, फिशिंग स्पॉट है. I'm not freaky, I'm just a little moody. Okay. I see. ये क्या है? Okay. ओ क्या तपतपाती
Hold
धूप
on.
है.
I see some people over there.
वाह क्या
Do
मस्त
you
कैंप
think
करके
it's
बैठे
safe
हैं.
to ask them what they know?
Should be. I'll go.
No. I'll do it.
महामात्रा को देख के सब डर जाएंगे फिर.
Huh? Why can't Sino go talk to them?
Given my background, dress, I might not be the most welcome visitor here. Just in case, it's probably better to let a more neutral party.
Ah, hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting. My friend and I are looking for an elderly man who's gone missing around these parts.
Oh,
Any chance I
Seto.
could ask you
What
a
is
couple
his
of questions?
name? Setos.
Oh, a missing person, huh? Sure. What do you want to know?
I'm just wondering if you've seen him. Let me give you the details.
So, A silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes,
Culture
and
type,
he's
wow.
traveling alone.
He'd stand out like a sore thumb around here.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
He's looking behind me.
आँख देखो ना इसका. Oh,
Uh-oh. That...
Your friend over there stands out a lot too. Hey, aren't you Sino, the General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
everyone knows him.
You don't seem surprised that I recognized you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, you're the one looking for the old man who's gone missing, aren't you?
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Right?
Someone's on edge. You don't trust me much, do you? No need to hide it. I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help. Do you want it or not?
I thought you were a group of merchants. Seems I was mistaken.
क्या सेथोस और
Hmm.
साइनो की
Your
fight one of the
henchmen don't look
best
like
fight
much,
है.
but something tells
Oh,
me
they
they put up a
fight?
better fight than most mercenaries.
Hey, hear that, guys? You're my henchmen now.
Suits me.
What's
As
with
long
the
as I get
tone?
paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already. I'm running out of patience.
All right. Come with me, all of you.
Exactly
Don't you
where
want
are
to
you
find
taking
your
us?
friend?
With you?
Silver-haired, long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes? Sounds like there's a whole other side to Cyrus I didn't know about.
So
So
how do
you
you
know
guys
where he
know
is?
him?
Just follow me.
अरे रुको तो दौड़ते जा रहे तो. अहाँ, खुद से प्रॉब्लम खड़ा कर देते हैं. इतना खतरनाक भाग रहा है. Just wait. Coming. Let's go. अभी तक इसका नाम नहीं बता रहे हमें. Who is he?
And here.
What? Where are you looking? There's nothing here.
Please step back.
Oh.
Ooh, something's coming out of the ground.
What?
What is this enormous building doing here?
And how was it so well hidden? King Deshret's technology?
Wait, so... Hold on.
Is this the Temple of Silence? So you're a member?
All good questions. There'll be plenty of time to address them later.
साइनो और वॉन्डरर की फाइट भी अच्छी थी. Yeah, I love वॉन्डरर. Oh. But I don't remember in दोनों का फाइट. क्या मैंने देखा है अभी तक? अरे यार मैं वो गाना सुन रही थी आज.
This
Lonely,
is not what Paimon was
lonely.
expecting
I
to
guess
find in
I'm
the desert,
lonely.
especially not hidden right next to an
मेरे दिमाग में
oasis.
वही चल रहा है. Now I wanna make an edit. किसी चीज का तो बनाऊंगी आज.
They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy?
What's wrong? Thinking about your professor?
I just hope for your sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
Oh.
Me too. Hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
भाई क्या टेंशन चल रहा है इधर. मैं तो थर्मोमीटर सॉन्ग सुन रहा था. नहीं सुना मैंने. I could check it out. ओह क्या मस्त वो है. भाई क्या बीजीएम है यहाँ का. भोजपुरी सॉन्ग फिर नहीं सुनती मैं. Oh, what's that? Why scary? But why do we have pots here? Like why cactus? More cactus, more pots. ये किस चीज के लिए है? We have candles. नूरा फतेही से
Alright,
भी अच्छी लड़की
you
है
can wait here
उसमें.
for now.
No, no,
I'll
no,
inform
no.
our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence. Sit tight until he comes to greet you.
So he's just gonna leave us here on...
They can't have been at the oasis by chance. They were waiting for us. Whoever the leader is here, they were obviously counting on us showing up.
Who is the leader?
So this is the Temple of Silence. After leaving the
Oh,
rainforest,
library है पूरा
they
इधर.
hid themselves here?
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
Don't worry. Someone will come and call for you soon.
What's your name?
Please, at least that's what to call you.
Sorry, guess I was so delighted to see you, I forgot to My name is Sethos. I'll be here if you need me, but I'm not planning on answering all of your questions. Other than that, you can occupy yourselves however you see fit.
So we're free to explore by our...
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off. Cyrus is here. And unless I've misunderstood, you're all quite anxious to see him again.
He's right. Well...
चल क्या रहा है इधर?
I never imagined that the true Temple of Silence would be hidden somewhere like this.
That's King Deshret's technology for you, I guess. It borders on the miraculous. Amazing.
We should be wary of our hosts. Still, at this point, we can be confident that the professor is safe.
सत्ताईस इधर तो खड़ा है दूर में.
Hey, Sethos!
पता नहीं कब
Have you
फाइट
got some
होगी
time
इन
to
दोनों
chat?
की.
Sure.
अरे बिल्डअप तो अच्छा लग रहा है
Although,
मुझे
I'm
जो भी
assuming
इधर
by
चल रहा
chat,
है.
you mean you have questions for me? Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of... We don't get too many
Mm-hmm.
सीक्रेट सोसाइटी जैसी है फिर कहाँ से विजिटर्स आएंगे?
Ah,
ओह
here he is.
ओह शी इज प्रिटी. शी नहीं हूँ. अरे वो लड़की
Grandfather, the person you wish to see is here.
Well done, Sethos.
Pamon.
Greetings, one and all. I am Ba Moon, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. I know why you are here, and I thank you for your patience. Bring him out.
क्या? ऐसे तो बोल रहे जैसे वो कैदी है.
Professor!
क्या?
Cyrus, are you okay?
Ah!
Oh.
Watch what you're doing!
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of causing you distress. But you must understand, Cyrus is of
He
great
है वो
importance
she
to
नहीं.
us.
अब fight
We
अब
had to
होगी
find
fight.
a way to
Okay.
bring him back to us. Cyrus owes me his life, and to the Temple of Silence, he owes a debt of gratitude.
क्या?
I let him go a long time ago, but now The time has come to demand payment.
I wanted to end my feud with this old bag of bones before you caught up with me. But you got here so quickly. Just leave, Sino. This is a matter between us two old men. You're all too young to get involved.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter. You'd made up your mind to come here from the beginning. You only left in such a hurry to try and throw us off your trail.
Some things in life catch up with you. No matter what you do, you shouldn't have come.
Sino didn't make us do anything. We came here for the same reason he did. To rescue you. We'd appreciate you telling us the truth. Otherwise, it seems a little unfair on everyone who had to stay behind.
My secrets are secret for good reason. Bringing them to light can only lead to misfortune.
You're afraid, aren't you? You can't bring yourself to speak of your past deeds to the students you nurtured as if they were your own children. You recognized our emblem because for many years you lived among us. Indeed, you all but became one of us. You knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know what you did. Your own guilt convicted you. For you,
What did he
Cyrus,
do?
are a traitor. You once shared your learning with us, and joined us in our mission to revive the might of Hermanubis, to bring new hope, new opportunity. But then, you betrayed us. You bargained for your independence with your past contributions. And then you left, taking with you Hermanubis' might and the wielder of his power. We both know what I said to you that day. That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave, but that one day, the sands of time will catch up with you. And when that day comes, you must pay the price you owe.
You really know how to hold a grudge.
Hermanubis' might? And the wielder of his power?
Does he mean you?
क्या?
Professor,
इसको
anything to
लेकर
say?
गया था ना.
Moon is right. I came here once before. They rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned that I was a scholar, he invited me to come here and revive the might of Hermanubis together. It was a great, daring plan, and one shrouded in secrecy. The Temple of Silence had been bereft of Hermanubis for too long. The strength of its faith and its warriors were waning. Bamoon proposed that we implant bar fragments, shards of Hermanubis, into the bodies of suitable vessels.
What?
If the experiment was successful, the spirit of Hermanubis would then dwell within the vessel. Many believers volunteered themselves for the experiment. But we soon discovered that the bodies of grown adults could not withstand Hermanubis' power. In the end, Bamoon offered his own adoptive grandson. One other child was identified as a suitable vessel, and his parents agreed to release him into our custody in exchange for a
Oh, this
small
is so
fortune.
sad.
These two children were our only hope for hosting Hermanubis' power.
For many years, the Temple of Silence had been in possession of 2 Ba fragments from Hermanubis. As remnants of his raw power, they were exceedingly rare treasures. The test subjects were sent into a room that had been prepared for the ceremony, and instructed to approach the Ba fragments, whose power had been amplified. If, after some time, this power did not repel them, this would mean that they were suitable vessels. The original plan was for a 3-stage experiment: resonance, implantation, and recovery and observation. The resonance stage went quite smoothly for both candidates. As the 2nd stage began, I realized a decision had to be made. Should we implant the fragments one at a time, This would allow us to monitor the results after the first round and adjust our plan accordingly. Or alternatively, we could implant each fragment in a different vessel at the same time and compare their effects.
भाई
But as I
ह्यूमन
was
एक्सपेरिमेंट ही
deliberating,
कर रहे हैं ये
both
लोग.
Ba fragments suddenly became active. They glowed with a light we had never seen before. I knew that if they were not implanted right away, they would disintegrate and be gone from the world for good. Our two vessels had both displayed great promise by successfully resonating with the fragments. Under the circumstances, the thought of implanting both fragments into the same vessel seemed out of the question. To preserve our faith and our power, we implanted each of them with a single fragment.
Ultimately, I ended the experiment and left, taking one of the children with me.
In recognition of your past contributions, I chose not to send someone to hunt down and kill you both. Your lives were spared, but I have paid a great price for your betrayal ever since. I have always wanted to see you, Sino. Losing you and your Ba fragment dealt us a devastating blow. We've been in decline ever since you left.
I see. So that's how I gained my power.
Look, in essence, I borrowed your Ba fragment for a decade or so. And now you are seeking justice. If you want to take my life, then so be it. I'm an old man now anyway. But you cannot lift a finger against Sino. He is the General Mahamatra. Your actions would be seen as a declaration of war against the Academia.
I'm sure you don't remember anymore, dear Sino, but you've met us all before. You were so young then, when we all gathered around and celebrated the revival of our Lord. You and he, Sethos, you were our final hope.
You'd like me to return my power?
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim it.
That power is not yours to reclaim. Sino was chosen by the gods. You cannot take what they have bestowed.
You are wrong. Sino was chosen, but he was not the only one. My child, Sethos, has the same gift as he.
So those are your terms for freeing the professor?
Despise me all you want. My sins are my own. The Temple of Silence is an innocent party. It is because of my foolishness all those years ago that the Temple's glory has waned. And now I must take responsibility for the decision I made back then.
So what you're saying is, the power of one Ba fragment is not enough? You're asking me to return the one in my possession, so it can be implanted in him instead?
Divine power causes great suffering to those who wield it. How do you know that Sethos would be able to withstand it?
He is no longer a small child. But regardless, this burden is ours to bear. And your objections mean little given that you turned your back on us long ago.
Both my heart and mind are telling me that what you are proposing is a terrible idea. However...
Don't listen to him, Sino. That power is no more yours to give than it is his to take. You have to...
I know. But if this is a question of your freedom versus a fragment of power, then...
Sorry to interrupt, but in my view, there are a number of contentions here that still need addressing.
Logical आदमी.
Say that Sino refuses to return his power, and you also refuse to release Cyrus. Then, we are at an impasse. I find it hard to believe that you went to all this effort without planning for that possibility. You're trying to gauge where we stand while keeping your remaining cards close to your chest. Well, my stance is, put the rest of your cards on the table. Then we can have a discussion.
Wait, those ears. So, we have a descendant of the Valukashuna in our midst. Splendid. Fate smiles upon us after all. Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day we'll...
अरे 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 अरे, भैया तो पागल हो गए.
Why is he coughing so much?
Pamoon, you...
Take our leader back to his room. Grandfather, I know what you wish to say.
तभी
I don't like
ऐसे
to
तुम
drag
बात
out
कर रहे.
conversations, so I'll just cut. Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago, the plan would most likely have been a success. The wisdom of Hermanubis would have been ours. Still, it's no use talking about what ifs. We cannot change the past. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence has a grand legacy and a sacred duty to fulfill. So it's somewhat inevitable for the leader to have an inflated sense of self. But I see things a little differently.
फाइट कर दो
I
यार.
believe
अब
the
तुम
temple
बोल
is
रहे
the
हो तो मैं
same
भी वेट
stature
कर
that
रही
it
हूँ कि
once
कब
did.
फाइट होगा.
Time has worn away at its prestige and changed things almost beyond recognition. So I'm not going to force your hand. You're all free to leave. Except for Cyrus. My grandfather gave him his chance once.
भाई.
And now I'm giving the rest of you yours.
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. Reminds me a lot of Pamoon in his younger. I truly wish that the temple would take an objective look at the academia of today. You've been to the city yourself. I'm sure you've seen, and things will only continue to improve.
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather,
इतना
I
धोखा
might
के
well
बाद
be
तो.
open to persuasion. But it's a bit too late for that now, Cyrus.
Tainari made a good point earlier. He said there has to be more to your plan than this, and all you and Ba Moon are after is the Ba fragment. The professor will accept whatever fate you deem fit for him out of a sense of guilt. I am the one who has a choice to make. And ultimately, you want to trade the Ba fragment for the professor, correct?
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious consideration.
I won't forsake my professor. Nor do I intend to run from a problem that I must face sooner or later.
Man, you are Sino.
That works. Then I'll be... Oh, my grandfather still has a fair few things he wants to say to Cyrus, so...
Are you sure about negotiate?
I need to think this through. Everyone, let's meet again.
All right, well, don't put too...
क्या होने वाला है? नाइट टाइम तक वेट करना है. Where are you guys? Oh, this place is nice. यहाँ पे पानी भी है. वाह. Architecture.
I've taken some time to reflect on this. If I had to guess, Professor Cyrus came
Hello,
to the
Shar.
desert knowing that he would almost certainly never return. He's a stubborn man who tends to double down when he feels strongly about something. We won't get anywhere trying to convince him to escape.
I agree. My master Nephis says the same thing. Once Cyrus makes up his mind about something, he won't listen to reason.
Nafis का
So that's
hairstyle
one
भाई.
You've heard all you need to hear about the Temple of Silence. So on that, I don't have anything to add. My own memories of this place are hazy, though. Probably
क्या
something
कमाल
to
का
do with
जगह है
the
लेकिन ये.
overpowering presence of the Ba fragments. That might explain why I suffered from constant headaches and fevers as a child. I do remember having some fleeting moments of profound emotion when vague images would appear in my mind. But I don't recall much, only bits and pieces. I was still young then, and all I could understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. Thinking back on it now, I suppose it was Hermanubis's way of trying to encourage me, even if we couldn't communicate. The power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith. So if the will and might of Hermanubis is a real, intangible thing, and they are its rightful worshippers, then...
You're not gonna give in to their demands, are you? Surely there has to be another way.
There must
No,
be another way.
I have no intention of returning it. I need this power to protect Sumeru. But the temple has the right to make the final decision over its fate, since it belongs to one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. So I will challenge them head on.
Okay,
And win
the
the right to
fight
wield
is
this power
coming.
for myself. Fair and square.
This reminds me of something Alhaitham mentioned to me just before we left. He said that the Temple of Silence was originally founded by the ruling elite of the day. Traditionally, such organizations are bound by a strict and ancient code of nobility. Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says many of them have their own internal rules. They talk about the importance of never dishonoring their tribal bonds, or the rules laid down by their ancestors. I think we could turn that to our advantage. Go back to them with a proposal.
Wow, and just like that, we've turned the tables on them.
Looks like we have the same idea. Turn it back on them now while we still can, in terms that they cannot refuse. That's how we win this.
आज फाइट नहीं होगी?
Great.
अरे माहौल तो
And I know
बन
just how
रहा
to
है.
start the
ऐसे
conversation.
कैसे नहीं होगी?
Let's go find Sethos. We'll tell him that I know a thing or two about medicine and would like to take a look at his grandfather's condition.
Okay. Where do we have to go? Let us go. Okay. तो जाना कहाँ से है? Can you guys like मैं जाऊँ तो जाऊँ कहाँ से? What is this? कुछ और तो है नहीं यहाँ पे. चीज़ें तो- Oh, this is like a वो इसके अंदर books हैं. Nice. किधर से जाऊँ? इधर से. Okay, now I remember. थोड़ी-थोड़ी देर में खो जाते हैं.
Sethos, let's talk.
Have you made up your mind?
We'll get to that, but first, I have some degree of medical training, so I was wondering...
I have no objections, although we do have our own doctors here.
Only...
Follow me. Keep
ये
your
अच्छा
voices
है
down.
लेकिन.
We don't...
Let's talk outside. Bamoon has fallen into a deep coma, and his prognosis is quite grave. I'm sure that your physicians have come to the same conclusion. He appears to have sustained a serious injury in his youth, which has been exacerbated over the years by the heavy burden of work and now by the effects of old age. Regretfully, I must inform you that based on what I've seen with patients in a similar condition,
So sad.
he doesn't have long left.
Yeah.
You're his heir, aren't you? You clearly have a lot of respect for the man. But you also see things differently.
You have a broader range of concerns and a more pragmatic approach. So tell me how we can end this on your terms. Let's find a way to bring all this to a resolution while Bamun is still alive to see it.
मेरे
That's what really matters
दोस्त
to
ने
you.
बोला कि मैं
I know it.
मैच्योर हो गया
Yeah,
हूँ,
there's no time to waste
तो
here.
मैंने
You
उसे
know that
क्रीम
better than
बिस्किट का
anyone.
बिना क्रीम वाला साइड दे दिया.
You know, the two of you are actually in a very similar predicament right now. Both of you have a very different perspective from the men.
Right. And you didn't create this situation. They did, but...
You're right. We both look at... I accept, Sino. Legend has it that when Hermanubis first arrived in Tuletula, he sparred with the city's residents. He and his two companions proved their mettle by fighting over several days, winning the support of many fine people. That group of supporters were some of the first members of the Temple of Silence, and the sparring matches were enshrined as one of our founding rights.
The
right
rights of
duels.
Sounds very fitting.
As a fellow vessel of Hermanubis, your ties to the Temple of Silence run deep.
मेरे दोस्त पता नहीं क्यों
So I
मुझे
will permit
रूड
you to
बोलते हैं.
participate in
दोस्त
this
दोस्त
fight,
क्लास की लड़कियां
along
भी.
with your chosen companions.
3 against 3.
However, I have some additional terms. Letting Cyrus leave with one of the
Interesting.
Ba fragments was a mistake made by my
तुम
grandfather.
ज्यादा
out
बात
of
नहीं
pity.
करते होगे शायद
It is a
इसलिए maybe.
long-standing issue that must be addressed for the Temple of Silence to move forward. I can make no concessions on that front.
None needed. We're on the same page. If I win, the Temple of Silence must release Cyrus and consider this
See,
past
they're
dispute
talking about
resolved.
fighting.
If you win, I'll return my power to you.
It's a deal. Then let's meet at the ceremonial.
मैं क्लास में बस एक
After
लड़की
how
से
that went,
बात
there's
करता था.
definitely no turning back now.
There never
थोड़ा
was.
unapproachable लगते
Turning
होगे तो
back hasn't been
इसलिए
an
maybe
option.
ऐसा
You
बोलते
have to
होंगे लोग.
win. You need this power.
Yeah, that's right. Besides, it stayed with you ever since you were a small child. Surely that's a sign it thinks of you as its rightful owner.
Both as General Mahamatra and for myself. Yeah. When you
Good
put it
man.
that way,
Hi there.
I've had to
Better
overcome a lot to
call
tame
Saul.
this power and claim it for myself.
Okay. Hi.
Not everyone could have done that.
Exactly.
The Traveler and I will never lose.
I feel कि fight होगी.
And neither shall I. The desert was home to an ancient and great
Let's
civilization that, for a
wait
variety of
and
reasons,
watch.
fell out with the civilization of the rainforest. It's just as Dia said. Prejudice has pushed people apart. But there must be personal factors at work here too. I can't shake the feeling that Bamun cares for many more things than he lets on. And I don't think that Sethos is any kind of villain.
He is not, obviously.
He's just doing... tomorrow.
Uh, 8 बजे तक. Okay. क्या कर रही हूँ मैं? I guess I'm too excited. कल के कल था ना? क्या कह रहे हो? मारो यार, गेम डिलीट कर रहा, फाइट नहीं होगी. What?
Traveling. I don't mind where we go, as long as I have my friends with me.
यहाँ तो आदमी इधर उधर मैसेज पहुंचाते ही उसका आधा दिन निकल जाएगा. Okay. इधर जाना है.
gather on this day to perform once more the rite of duels with the greatest of all sages, Lord
Sumeru Desert
Hermanubis
is
is
the
our
best
witness,
region in
for his
like
power and
Genshin
authority
Impact.
is present in our midst.
मुझे थोड़ा scary
This is
लगता है
our
तो मैंने
most
ज़्यादा explore नहीं
sacred
किया
of
है desert.
ceremonies, and no disruption from the audience shall be tolerated. It is incumbent upon
Interesting
all
तो
to
है but
observe the
yeah,
representing
desert.
the Temple of Silence, the Defenders.
I explored 100. Wow.
Grandfather, you're here.
ये तो कोमा में था ना?
A
Okay.
rite of duels after all these years.
17
I am
subscribers हो गए.
surprised by your decision,
Yes.
Sethos.
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather. Just leave it to me.
Representing the
Dragonspine,
Academia, the
Chasm,
Challengers.
Economium,
Ready. We will fight to have our
all
voices
good as
heard.
Sumeru.
Warriors, take your positions and decide on the order of
मैंने
battle.
complete नहीं किया है एक भी.
We come not to debate what brings our challengers here, nor what will become of the...
Huh? Are you sure?
I agree. He's very strong. Sending him out first will definitely intimidate the opposing side.
Okay, then you're second.
Sure.
We have decided.
So
I
have
feel
we.
relaxed
Let's
at these
begin.
places. हाँ ये तो है. Sumeru has that vibe.
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
Oh, okay, okay. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. अरे यार.
Don't forget, safety first. Hey, you
क्या
there!
मतलब
You
हमें
better
लड़ना
do
होगा?
this,
मुझे
or
लगा
I'm
कि ये
afraid
लड़
I'll
रहे
make
हैं.
you regret it.
A little bit too much chatter from the audience over there.
Hey!
सिर्फ एक ही एलिमेंट से कैसे लड़ूं? Okay.
Propagate!
This is good. कम से कम थोड़ा सा हाइड्रो.
Scatter!
A swift end to the first bout. I now invite the duelists of the second bout to please step forward. When you're both
Okay.
ready, you may begin.
Let's begin.
Watch out!
Oh.
He drank plenty of water before the bout, so he should be fine.
Can't see? Enshroud! Let's nip that in the bud.
मुझे बो वाले कैरेक्टर्स ऐसे यूज करने में मजा तो नहीं आता है पर
One with the force.
कहाँ क्या ये wasting Tainari's talent. अरे यार.
Thus ends the second bout. We will now move to the...
I'm ready.
मुझे देखना है, मुझे fight नहीं करना है.
This is the final stage of the rite. I remind you both that the terms you agreed upon in advance are binding. When you're both ready,
Yes.
you may begin.
I am Sethos,
Oh.
vessel of Hermanubis, grandson of Bamoon, the leader of the Temple of Silence. For many years, we have
Yes.
kept our covenant with Lord Hermanubis by guarding the secrets of King Deshret. And even in our darkest hour, when we could not see a way forward, we chose not
Hi.
to abandon hope, but to embark on a brave new experiment so that we might prevail. We earnestly sought Lord Hermanubis' wisdom and power, longing to see his spirit and his light descend upon us. Now, I will fight to become the rightful wielder of that power.
I am Sino,
Oh, oh,
General
oh.
Mahamatra of the
Oh.
Academia, student and successor of Cyrus. the
भयानक
sage of
intro दे रहे
Sparta.
मेरे तो.
I fight in defense of my power, my
My
professor,
professor and my nation.
And you. I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel, and Hermanubis is watching. So bare your soul.
Everyone, old and young, fit and frail, they're all waiting to see how this duel will end. My grandfather is a wise
Obviously.
leader. He is also known to be a ruler who is
माहौल
not
बना रहे
afraid to get
दोनों.
blood on his hands. I understand
क्या
his
कह रहे हो?
beliefs
He's
well,
using voice changer.
and I
वाह.
know what he expects of me. But our faith has held us back for too long. After I grew up, I went
Never
to the
look down on
rainforest once,
Stratos.
and I saw for
मेरे
myself
लिए ये नया
the
कैरेक्टर
people
है
of
अभी.
the city. Times
Let's
have
see.
changed. The people of Sumeru are happier and more free now than in the past. I thought about this as I stood at one of the tallest points in the city, gazing down at the streets below. Then I thought of you, Sino. You and I both wield the same power, but the lives we lead could not be more different.
ये
Each
तो है.
Ba fragment of Hermanubis stands for something different. Might, glory, and one of many other secrets that have yet to be revealed. I once thought that the nature of our fragments must be what makes us so different from one another. But maybe it's that you've found your answer, and I am still searching for mine.
I am more than just a warrior. I am my own person.
Exactly.
बात कर रहे
The
दोनों.
name Hermanubis has left its mark on both of us, shaped the course of our lives.
But बात करना भी जरूरी है.
Are his vessels, and yet we are more besides. So show me your answer, Sino.
Yeah.
Show me I
Let's
can be
go.
more than my faith, more than the power I wield. Show me the person I can become.
Oh.
Bring it on!
Let's go. Oh. Whoa. इक्वल चल रहा है दोनों का.
What happened is searching for your answer.
Oh.
fight's over. Do you yield?
What?
You won.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
I give his glory to you.
I've seen that light. That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis, priest over all other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Ahmar. After the death of the god king,
Ash, hello.
Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tynarian priests and led them to the city of Tule-Tula. There, they founded the Temple of Silence, and from that day forth, we became stewards of all knowledge that survived from King Deshret's civilization. Barely a century passed before war ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up
Al-Akhtar,
arms
what a
against
nice
each other in
name.
battles that would devour what little remained of their civilization. Only the wise city of Tule-Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tynarians. But peace did not last. Coveting the knowledge of King Deshret, the beasts set their eyes on Tule-Tula. The king of Gurabad laid siege to the city and ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as proof of his victory. The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption. These were dark days, and we faced enemies on all sides.
My
Our
third grade
Lord
book.
had long since
Very
exhausted
God.
his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the temple and the Tule-Tula Tynarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest. What followed next was inevitable. The elite of Tule-Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets.
क्या कह रहे हो सॉल? Maybe Genshin stole that. See you later, man.
Betrayal
Okay.
forced
See
us
ya.
out of the desert and into the forest.
Nice meeting you. फिर से
Then
आना.
distrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long.
The history is so important and it's like very interesting.
Today, the Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanubis
Oh.
once more. Thank you.
is it? Do you feel okay?
He passed away.
Grandfather.
Hey, Sethos.
I know.
I guess you were prepared for this. It's been a long time coming, huh?
Yeah, he's been on death's door for a very long time now. I think it was only through sheer willpower that he managed to hold on to this point. At least, he was able to see this chapter come to a close.
What's next for you?
Per my grandfather's last wishes, the Temple of Silence should submit to whoever possesses the largest number of Hermanubis fragments. That entitles you to be our new leader.
But that's never going to work, as I'm sure you realize. I'm the General Mahamatra. I am needed back at the Academia. I did foresee this possibility, and I gave it some thought. The fact is, I know next to nothing about the staff, records, and environment here. As such, I am ill-suited to be your leader, Sethos. I believe the honor should go to you. Were it not for this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions, the Ba fragments would most likely be in your hands by now. I'm sure Bamoon never meant for anyone but you to be his successor.
You really think so?
Yes.
I do.
Still, I didn't think Bamoon looked very surprised by the final result. Perhaps he had an inkling that this would be the way things end.
Well, in any case, since the Ba fragments are with me now, I guess I can call the shots. Sethos, I would like you to succeed Bamoon as the new leader of the Temple of Silence. You are more suited to the role than I, and I have complete faith that you will be an excellent leader. Just think of it as doing me a favor.
But doesn't that render everything that we've been through up to now meaningless?
No, it doesn't. This experience has allowed us to become friends, which means that the Academia and the Temple of Silence will become partners once more. That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos. You said yourself, times have changed. You have to believe that things can change for the better here at the temple too.
I will try. To be honest, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
Actually, part of me wonders whether Bamoon's intentions from the very beginning was just to create enough pressure to force us towards a duel. That way, no matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment, and the power of Hermanubis would be concentrated in one single person. Had you won, the Temple of Silence would have doubled its strength. And were I to win, he correctly anticipated that I wouldn't suddenly drop everything to become the leader of the temple, much less integrate the temple into the Academia by force. He knew that the temple's future would depend not just on the guidance of Hermanubis, but the support of the Academia too. So he made it his responsibility to ensure his successor would be free from the burdens of the past. His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him, they would have an easier time interacting with the Academia. With one single letter.
And here I thought the General Mahamatra wouldn't care for all these trivial details. You're absolutely right. Grandfather and I considered this from every angle. We had to find a way to mend our relationship with the Academia. In that sense, the right of duels was just a means to an end. Thank you for everything, Sino. As a gesture of our gratitude, to those that you and Lesser Lord Kusanali deem worthy, I will grant the honor of access to the Temple of Silence for their pursuit of knowledge. The Temple of Silence has a wealth of information on King Deshret's civilization, more than any other organization in existence today. In times when you need information that only we can provide, we will be here to support you. But you must be exceedingly careful with your selection of candidates, lest you lead humanity to repeat the same. By the way, Tainari, my grandfather was so happy to see you. You are a descendant of the Veluca Shuna, and we are the heirs to the will of Hermanubis. The story goes that King Deshret chose the sage Hermanubis from among the Tainarians and appointed him as his familiar. He went on to fight many valiant battles with his Tainarian companions. They always stood by each other, from the founding of the Temple of Silence to the fall of Tuletula. The Tainarians who left Tuletula joined their human counterparts in the rainforest. A few centuries later, when some of the group returned to the desert, many of the Tainarians chose to stay and put down roots in the rainforest. In all likelihood, those were your ancestors.
How fascinating.
A deep
My
history
father
in
once
the
mentioned that I was named after the Tainarians, but I never knew that my forebears had such a history with the Temple of Silence.
I like this story.
By the way, has anyone seen...
Yes, Cyrus. You'll probably find him in my grandfather's room.
If it's true that you and your grandfather really planned for everything to turn out this way.
Who knows? Perhaps all of us.
Someone's got to make the decisions when history is at a crossroads. I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali, and arrange for an official delegation from the Academia to come and meet you in the desert. I'm sure you'll have lots to attend to in the days ahead. But once things return to normal, please come and visit the rainforest again. You should stay for a few days this time, and start to build some relationships. If we're going to work together, both sides have to get to know one another better.
I will. All right, well...
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
fragmentous testimony. ये करना पड़ेगा मुझे. Okay, फिर continuing. I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, I'll be back.
Just let me know if you ever find yourself in a pinch. I can help you out.
I am back. Hello. Are you not gonna say anything? It's just us. Yeah, but I'll look for a matcha. Okay. Found a matcha.
Hey there.
Hello,
Lisa,
Ash.
but is Sino at the Academia?
You two look familiar. Are you friends of Mahamatra
Yes.
Sino?
Yes.
I'm afraid, but if you'd like, I can pass whatever message you might have on to him.
We ran into this guy by the gates, and he seems really eager to speak with Amatra. It sounds like something urgent.
Oh? If you don't mind, why don't you tell me about it first?
कि इस पॉइंट पे हम आरव से उतने familiar नहीं हैं.
Siraj. That name sounds familiar. Isn't he a Vahumana researcher?
Vahumana research?
Yes, one of their most renowned, in fact. I hear he's as daring as he is intelligent. There are rumors he'll become Vahumana's next sage. But please continue, good sir. What about Siraj?
I want to report him for conducting a dangerous experiment. He kidnapped me, tied me up, and took me to that horrible cave. Experimental equipment everywhere. I ran as
What?
fast as I could, a little slower, and he would have caught me.
There's no rush. Please, take your time. What kind of experiments was he conducting?
I don't remember.
Huh? You can't remember?
All I remember is Siraj walking towards me, and then my head started feeling... It's like a nightmare that I can't recall. I just know that that place is dangerous, and that they must be stopped. Oh, I heard they conduct business in the tavern. We have to hurry.
Even if what you say is... All right. I'll have some of my colleagues look into Siraj. But before that, I would like to administer the Matra lie detector test.
अरे
You think I'd
इनके
lie?
पास भी lie detector है.
Please don't take it the wrong way. This is just standard protocol. Sorry, but can you two wait out here a little while?
ऐसे भी हमें कौन सा काम है? क्या कह रहे हो? मेरे पास बहुत सारे सवाल है पर आप क्वेस्ट
Huh?
कर लो.
I'll
अरे
handle.
पूछो.
Let me bring you up to speed. First things first, Ilyas passed the lie detector test. This indicates that what he said is highly credible. As such, we've decided to launch an investigation based on the leads he provided. Per protocol, this matter was reported to acting Grand Sage
भाई
Al-Haytham.
तुम
After hearing about it, he left a message for Mahamatra Sino and then asked to join the investigation.
Huh. It's kind of weird for you to be working with the Matra. Is there a special reason?
You're overthinking things. My interest was piqued is all.
मैं नहीं बताऊंगा. अरे
I'm surprised you have this much free time. In that case, let's join in.
It's already against protocol for acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham to participate in this investigation. As for you two...
देखो हम
Never
तो
mind.
आते ही हैं.
After all, you were the ones who brought Ilyas here. I'll allow you to accompany us, but you have to promise to keep everything confidential.
Don't you worry.
All right, in that case, I'll fill you in on what Ilyas claimed that Siraj will be conducting some business with a Kasharawar researcher at the tavern. This is one of his few clear memories. It seems he stumbled upon this information while escaping. Incidentally, Siraj isn't at the academia right now. He applied for long-term off-site research 1 month ago. It's close to the
Okay.
time that Ilyas had given. So we've decided to head to the tavern and investigate any suspicious persons.
आ गए अपना चाय को प्रमोशन
right.
करने.
Arav, prepare to head out. You
Oh, come
Let's
on.
go.
You already said that we're coming.
तो let's go. कहाँ जाना है हमें? प्रमोशन तो बनता है. अरे री 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 री.
We're here, acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham. What's our next course of action? Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham.
Looks like you haven't read any memos lately. The new Academia decree clearly states that even a sage doesn't have the authority to interfere with the Matra's actions during an ongoing
Oh.
investigation. If your superior were here, he wouldn't be asking me what to do. Instead, he'd be telling me to stay out of the way.
You're right. Understood. Then please wait here as we lock down the perimeter and search for suspicious persons. Ilyas, please stay here. Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham, I'll have to trouble you with the protection of our primary witness.
Sure.
This
I'd
shop
rather
is
he
kind of
just protect
cute.
himself.
पीछे वाला. 2 दिन सरप्राइज दिया. हाँ मैंने कल स्ट्रीम नहीं किया था ना तो
He's the same as ever. Casually ignoring
इसीलिए.
people just like he did back at Aru.
Answering a simplistic question only enables the questioner. Besides, I need him to understand my position clearly. Arav has just as many doubts about my coming along as you do. But unlike you two, He's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like the acting Grand Sage is trying to seize the Matra's powers. That question was obviously
Surprise,
bait.
surprise,
The Matra
double
were once under
surprise.
the influence of the sages, and so were often subject to these bureaucratic traps. The test was strictly unnecessary, though. I hope that our exchange...
Why is this so...
This is why I was against becoming the acting Grand Sage from the very first. Titles and rank inevitably make a lot of things more troublesome than usual.
Excuse me,
अरे
acting
पीछे
Grand
shawarma
Sage
बन रहा है
Alhaitham.
देखो ना.
I've had a question on my mind, and I need to know the answer no matter what. Have we met before?
No.
Oh, so it's back to that. Sorry पर आप
I
कौन?
thought so too. I probably wouldn't have had
मैं तो
anything to do with
वही
someone
हूँ.
of your
Then why did you ask?
Well, for some reason I felt a sense of familiarity when I met you for the first time.
Really? A misperception, perhaps.
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, we've apprehended a suspect.
Siraj?
No, it's the Ksharawar researcher who has dealings with him. His name is Narendra.
Narendra, देख रहे हो? वही कौन? अरे वही.
Alhaitham. Wait, can someone please explain what's going on?
डर
I
गया
admit
ये
that
तो.
I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell them, but does something like that really warrant the personal interest of the acting Grand Sage? What have I gotten myself into? I know I let greed get the best of me, but please.
वही हूँ,
I
ये भी
promise
कोई
that this won't
तरीका है
ever
बात
happen
करने
again.
का. अरे मेरी आइडेंटिटी ही वही है तो क्या ही बताऊँ?
I would like to ask him a few questions.
तुम्हें पता है मैं कौन हूँ?
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my
ग-
buyer.
गंदी
He asked to make the
streamer.
transaction at the tavern, but he never showed up.
What were the details of this transaction?
ये क्या कह दिया
He's
तुमने
doing
अब?
some kind of experiment that seems to require many power generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. He contacted me in private and said that he'd pay a large sum of Mora if I was willing to put some aside for him, under the pretense of them being defective parts. We had
Wow.
originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up, or run into you all.
Perhaps Siraj was aware that Ilyas might leak information, so he intentionally didn't show up. The good news is, regardless of what Siraj was planning, his progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and electrical components. We still have time to conduct our investigation. Do you have any more questions for the suspect?
No. He's all yours. But I'd like to borrow Ilyas for a while.
Oh, that's fine. We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia. We're not planning to pursue any further breakthroughs on that. However, I am curious. What do you need him for, exactly?
I've read some papers regarding amnesia, and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
Okay.
I see. We'll be returning to the academia then. I'll leave Ilyas in your care.
कल मेरे दिमाग का ऑपरेशन हुआ था. Oh.
Follow me.
लगता है तुम्हें भी मेमोरी लॉस हो गया है फिर उसके बाद से. You haven't restored your memories. Oh, hi Tan. Hi. तो वो भूल गया.
Narendra didn't give us any leads. Alhaitham, are you serious about seeing things through? Paimon's pretty surprised that you're this interested in the case.
I thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Huh?
Yes. We were class...
Oh, so that's why you asked to come along when Arav briefed you on the So you're not here because you're interested in the case itself, but because you know this...
You couldn't be further from the truth. But I wasn't expecting much from you to begin with.
Hey Bhagwan.
For the time being,
How to
all
call
you need
someone
to know is that
stupid
we were
without
once
calling someone
classmates.
stupid.
I became the scribe afterwards while he continued his act. He submitted a thesis 1 year ago, and the Grand Sage at the time asked for my opinion. I did not approve of it because it committed one of the 6 cardinal sins by touching upon human evolution. From violating matters regarding human evolution to attempting the forbidden and fearing none, the 6 cardinal sins are the origin of all evil in this world. They are also what the sages use as a reference when formulating or
बस
amending the
सुंदर
rules of
लड़कों
the
की स्टोरी
academia.
क्वेस्ट ही करते हो
My opinion was that Siraj's research was both overly
देखो
naive
यहाँ तो
and
तुम
in
गलत नहीं हो
violation of
लेकिन
various core principles. The Grand Sage took some of my suggestions on board.
So that's why he's buying energy sources and electrical components.
ब्रो आप ऐसे क्यों
He's
हो?
most likely trying to circumvent the rules and
You know,
conduct his
bro
experiments in
loves
secret.
handsome bros
That
इसीलिए.
sounds super suspicious. Oh, wait, Ilias? Can you try to remember things again? Maybe some...
I'm sorry, but I've already tried many times. And no matter how hard I try, it feels like everything in my mind is shrouded in a thick
लड़की
mist.
हो के ऐसा करते
It is
हो?
possible for a person
अरे
to
बिल्कुल.
subconsciously forget some of their
लड़का हूँ
memories
इसलिए
as
तो
a
ऐसा
defense
करता हूँ.
mechanism against extreme stress. However, these memories aren't truly lost, but merely sealed away. They can be restored with the appropriate stimulus. Now, try to recall things you care about. They don't need to be related.
Well, actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on. The kind of person I am, the things I've done,
कुछ
I
तो
can
गड़बड़
remember some
है.
things, but I can't recall some others no matter how hard I try.
देखो ना,
But
इनका दुकान का
I
वो.
do vaguely remember that there are two things that I have to do.
Do tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the academia and give it to my younger sister in Gandharvaville. I'm not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month to pay for family expenses.
And the second thing? What's the second thing?
I can't remember. Sorry, there's just so much I can't recall.
Not unexpected. However, you're the only one who has seen Siraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present. As such, we'll do everything we can to help you regain your memories.
Losing your memories must be really painful. But don't you worry, we'll help you get them all back.
Oh, thank you so much. This feeling, it's more than just pain. I don't know how to describe it.
कोई
I have
बात
so
नहीं, we
few memories
understand.
that I don't even have a clear idea of who I am. And my head's always ringing. It feels like I could faint at any moment.
भैया सीधे खड़े नहीं हो सकते, देख रहे हो?
But amidst all that, it also feels like I've been set free somehow. Nevertheless, I have you all to thank for bringing me what clarity I do have right now. Now, I do remember that I worked part-time at a place in the academia called the Research Preparation Center. That's all.
I see. In that case, let's go and find.
Let's go. कुछ तो याद आया. नहीं हम पैदल ही जाएंगे हम यहाँ पे से. This is such a pretty place. Debbie? पोलियो क्या? अरे अरे यार समझ नहीं रहे हो आप? औरा है वो औरा.
Please notify everyone here that while they can continue to discuss their dreams, they mustn't try to visit or recreate the locations and scenes that they have been experiencing in them.
What? All right, if that's the wish of the great Dendro Archon. But
Yeah?
could you at least tell me what happened?
What
You all look
happened?
so serious. I see. I never knew even a dream could be so. Don't worry. I'll be sure to notify all the event participants and inform
वही
the other
भाई
staff
कैसे
members
हो?
about what has happened.
मैं ठीक हूँ, तुम
Using
बताओ.
the event registration list, I should be able to contact more people
How
that
how
were
was your
interested in
day?
dreams and warn
No,
them
how
about the
is your
situation.
day? खत्म नहीं हुआ अभी.
That would be very helpful.
Let me confirm if all of today's participants are still here. Atta has already left. It seemed that he was on his way to make a hammer, so that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, wait a second. Where's Katya? Has anyone
कातिया है,
seen Katya?
तातिया नहीं है,
Has she already
तातिया
left?
बिच्छू.
Oh, I think she already left. She said there was somewhere she wanted to go.
Oh no. Did she want to look for the place from her dreams too?
Can you tell us where she went?
Oh, she's
Yes,
so cute,
she did
Nahida.
briefly mention it. Somewhere near Chatrakam Cave.
Alright, thank you. We'll go look for her. Please help us tell the others not to do anything
वही भाई
reckless.
क्या बोलूं मैं आपको, कोई शब्द नहीं
Sure
है.
thing.
चाय पी लो थोड़ा
Would
सा.
have known things would have turned out.
इंग्लिश में बोल के तो वर्ड खराब कर देते हैं ये लोग, लगता है मुझे. हम सडनली कैसे भटक गए? Why do I feel कि हम भटक गए जो क्वेस्ट कर रहे थे उससे, या फिर ये उसी का पार्ट है? I don't know. I don't like this.
Look, she's sitting over there and surrounded by monsters.
Come on, let's rescue her.
Let's go. लग तो नहीं रहा है कि उसको डर लग रहा है.
That really hurt. This might hurt a little.
Out of my way! Looking for a fight?
Oh, these monsters are powerful.
Watch out!
Lola, get them. You're toast. You play. You're up. Ready, set. She seems to be in the same condition as Ilman.
Yes, but luckily she hasn't been injured or jolted awake yet.
See you tomorrow, Professor Aisha. Huh? What? Why am I back here again? Dreaming? Oh, I see. It was...
Huh? What?
Nearly 20 years, and it still hasn't bloomed.
Does it have something to do with your dream? Please, tell us what you mean.
दूर रहो ना इधर से.
Sorry. I'm still... Alright. Where to start? She was a good friend of my parents, and my first... In addition to her extraordinary academic talents, she was also skilled in combat, and would accept lots of work from the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, so you mean she's left on an adventure?
Yes. When I was about 10 years old, she told me that she must go look for the secrets of the Abyss, and that she would be gone for a long time. I grabbed hold of her and wouldn't let go. I didn't know what the Abyss was. I just knew that she was like family to me. She hugged me, and we cried for some time until I fell asleep. When I woke up, I was already back home. She still decided to leave.
क्या कह रहे हो?
But
आज
had left
जल्दी?
behind a letter for me saying that I was the
जल्दी
person she
क्या?
cared for most in this world. She claimed that investigating the Abyss could help more ordinary people protect the people and things they care about. She had obtained some important evidence during her
मुझे
past
लगा रात में
adventures.
आओगे, मैं आराम
If
से
she
आने में
didn't set
देख रहा
off
था.
right away,
आऊंगी रात को
she
भी.
might miss the perfect opportunity.
Guess Ad Astra Abasask isn't just a
Ah.
slogan.
She left a
क्या
seed
मिस
in the
किया
letter,
मैंने?
telling
एक
me
मिनट.
that if it sprouted
But
and
ये
bloomed, then she'd come
कोई
back no
बात
matter
नहीं.
what sort of risky
थोड़ी देर
situation
और
she was in.
स्ट्रीम करूंगी, फिर
She
रात
said
को ही
she looked
मिलूंगी.
forward to seeing me all grown up. But strangely, I've
Yes.
tried watering it, feeding it. I even went to ask the Immorta researchers.
May I have a look at the
Of course. I was hoping the great Dendro Archon could help me solve this problem.
कौन सा एनिमे देख रहे हो?
Let me see.
Huh? We've never seen... She looks a little unwell.
क्या हुआ?
What's wrong, Nita? You can't tell what's wrong with the plant either?
No, I immediately understood what's happening with that plant. This plant is not known to the academic world. It's a new species that her teacher managed to cultivate by some special means. Judging by its features, I can tell from the moment it sprouted it'll never be able to bloom.
It can't be.
It means that this Professor Aisha she keeps mentioning might have foreseen the danger and was prepared to never return. From my
भाई, this is
experience
sad.
observing people, she would undoubtedly regard this as a brutal revelation. When forced to confront such brutal truths, people may break down into tears, talk nonsense, or lose their tempers. I know she has to face the truth, but at the same...
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
But wouldn't that mean I'm just pushing it all on you?
It's all right. There are all kinds of people, and the examples you observed are just the most extreme.
Okay.
Let's go back and tell her.
Huh? It'll never bloom? But how's that possible? If a plant is unable to bloom, doesn't that mean it can't reproduce either? All that's left for it to do is slowly wither away. Are you saying she never intended to return? Seriously? So everything she said was a lie?
But she meant well. Since the separation was inevitable, she hoped that you would be able to come to grips with such a cruel parting a little later in life. Yeah, her love, care, and attention to you, all those warm moments were real.
I guess she had hoped that you could understand and respect her choice after learning the truth.
देखो नाहिदा भी शूज नहीं
I
पहनती है.
see. Sorry, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but it's just so much to take in. The dreams are so beautiful. Yet reality is heartlessly cold. I really thought she had come back.
These dreams may not be as pure and beautiful as they seem. Some kind of power may be exploiting your feelings.
Really?
Yes.
क्या
So
कह रहे
with
वो
that in mind,
लड़की है कुछ भी
until
कर
our
सकती है.
investigation is completed, please return to the event and ignore any further temptations from your dreams.
I see. Thank you for rescuing me, and sorry for the trouble. Luckily, the plant didn't get hurt either. Otherwise, I wouldn't have anything left to remember her by.
Thanks, Traveler in Paimon. She seems to have finally accepted the truth, but I think she'll still need a long time to come to terms with her feelings. I saw her waver the moment you mentioned love. It was almost like a gentle rain, arriving just in time to put out a fire that was about to spread.
It's because people have something called empathy.
Empathy?
Oh,
I see.
she's so cute.
This is valuable knowledge indeed.
By the way, you said there may be something that's trying to exploit their feelings. Any idea what that might
आप
be?
क्या जानो लड़कियां कैसी होती हैं.
What's common between
और
Ilmon
तुम्हें
and
बहुत
Attia's
पता है ऐश,
cases is that they've both
जो
had
लड़कियों से
something
बात
deep
भी नहीं
together.
करता.
And now, they get to meet the people they cherish in their dreams again. And the people feel more real than anything a regular dream could hope to create. Instead of interpreting it as a result of their longing, I have to consider a more antagonistic explanation. Someone is taking advantage of their longing.
Yeah, they're just causing these people to dream.
This is exactly what we need to investigate. Anyway, I have a bad feeling about all this. I hope things haven't gotten any worse.
मैं बता रही हूँ हम लोग डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो चुके हैं. हम जो क्वेस्ट कर रहे थे हम उससे निकल के कुछ और करने लगे हैं. How does this happen every time? बात नहीं करता इसका मतलब ये नहीं कुछ नहीं जानता. अरे जब तक तुम बात नहीं करोगे हाउ डू यू नो अ पर्सन. फिर तो बस तुम जज कर रहे होगे आउटर अपीयरेंस से चीजों को देख के या. अरे कोई तो सो रहा है भयानक सो रहा है ये लोग देखो ना. लड़कियों से दूर रहो भाई सही है क्यों.
I am so sorry, Great Dendro Archon. We're still trying to figure out how to explain the whole thing to everyone. Because of your warning, we've brought dreamers here even if they were completely unaware of the danger. But some of them
तभी ये
have
लोग
already
सो रहे हैं.
fallen asleep, and they haven't woken up for a long time.
A moment of dreams is just a small interest group. We don't have enough staff members to handle this.
Just as I expected. It seems...
It's the Dendro Archon. She's back.
What happened? Why have we been gathered here?
Many of you here have been experiencing some
दूर रहना
beautiful
सही है
dreams.
आजकल.
But I'm sorry to tell you
I
that
don't
based on our
agree.
investigation, there's some kind of conspiracy behind them. Before we learn the truth, please don't try to recreate the scenes in your dreams. Whatever you see...
Huh? But...
I don't think it's a big deal. Aren't we just dreaming? It's not like dreams will have an effect on others.
आंटियों से दूर रहो.
Two people who ran out to the countryside alone and got caught in dangerous situations by falling to the...
That's right! These aren't just dreams!
All right, I get it.
So does that mean once we have some conclusive results from the investigation?
Yeah, I still want to visit my sister in my dreams.
Hey.
I'm sorry if what I'm about to say sounds a little offensive, Great Dane. We had a discussion with the folks who just arrived here. In all of our dreams, we were able to reunite with people who were very close to us. They all seemed as if they were alive again, which makes us...
Yes, that's also what we've observed in our investigation.
So if the results of this investigation would mean an end to those dreams, that'd be quite cruel to us. All of us understand the danger, but perhaps you can't quite understand just how much those people mean to us. I don't think everyone will be on board with the plan to abandon these dreams before the conclusion of the investigation. They'll at least want to meet the people in their dreams one last time and...
We've never had such a difficult situation before.
So they still want to return to their dreams despite knowing...
That's right. Compared with these sweet and beautiful dreams, our warnings of danger are dull and emotionless. It looks like the situation will inevitably spiral out of control. The more time we waste, the more people will ignore our warnings and return to their alluring dreams.
इसका मतलब समझ.
Seems we have to go into a dream and find out the truth for ourselves.
I don't know.
Pedrush, is there anyone here who's experiencing a marvelous dream right now?
Pedrush. क्या नाम है?
Let me think. Yes, this way.
Good. Please take us there.
This lady refused to heed our warnings and fell asleep here a little earlier.
अरे डेबी अभी तो तुम जाग रही थी अभी तुम सो गई.
She's only asleep. Do we also need... Don't worry about that.
मैं बाहर जा रहा हूँ. Okay, see you बाद में.
Don't be nervous.
बाद में मिलती हूँ. Bye.
Just close your eyes. Imagine you slowly wash over the shore and sink into the sand.
हम भी सो गए.
Traveler, you look a little disoriented.
क्या हम भी ड्रीम में हैं?
Really? Paimon didn't notice anything. Anyway, seems like we've made it into the dream.
I thought we would have...
Whoa.
Theoretically, we should have gone straight into Debbie's dream. Anyway, let's see if we...
Oh, that was cute.
Grow. Yeah. Get with me. Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Hey there! Attack! That
it's not
मुझे
like
तो
we have
बोर
any
जैसा
other
नहीं
way to
लग
go
रहा है.
now. Let's go in and have a look.
Oh. ये क्या था?
Hey, this place looks familiar. Isn't it Puspa Cafe?
पुष्पा.
Oh, Paimon and Debbie. She's
Puspa
right over
Cafe.
there. Looks like we've...
These alluring dreams often portray a scene from real...
Really? But what about that space we were in just... You can't mean...
Yes. Given that so many people have been compared to an interconnected dream, independent...
Ah, Paimon get... Oh, but there are some other people next to her.
If this space is exclusive to Debbie's dream, then the others beside her are most likely the people she cherished. Anyway, we should confirm that first.
Huh. How do we do that?
Just leave it to me.
The coffee here still tastes the same as ever. You two have traveled all around Tibet. Surely you've all tasted better coffee.
I suppose so, but no matter how good things may be elsewhere, nothing beats the taste of home.
That's right. It's hard to change your tastes. Anyway, here's to your return home.
What is she dreaming about, Debbie? ये क्या मस्त BGM चल रहा है पीछे. Literally हम लोग eavesdrop कर रहे हैं सामने से ही, but
How could they be? Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
Huh? I've confirmed that this dream belongs only to Debbie, because I'm an...
So, this is the power of... Paimon had better watch her thoughts from now on.
Don't worry. I don't often use my powers like this. Alright. I need to get myself ready.
The Great Dendro Archon!
सपने में घुस गए ये लोग.
I'm sorry to interrupt your celebration, but... Have you noticed that what's happening here doesn't quite match up with your memories?
I don't quite understand.
I get it. The Dendro Archon is trying to say that it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that we're able to gather here.
Hey, how about a cup of coffee for all of you? My treat. We just returned from a fruitful adventure.
Memories? Oh.
Think carefully. You of all people should know what really happened to them. Are you sure that meeting here and chatting the day away like this isn't just a product of your own wishful thinking?
Yes. The reports from the Steambird were true. The ship they were on struck a reef and sank. And I never heard from Cosima and Gaspar again.
Hey, come on now. What are you talking about, Debbie?
Yeah, trust your memories. Nothing you see here is real.
I get it now. This is a dream, isn't it? But since it's my dream, it doesn't matter if this is real or not. I enjoy the way things are here. I no longer have to face the tragedies of real life. These friends mean the world to me. Nobody else can understand me like they do. There's nothing wrong with continuing this dream.
I'm worried that if you were to continue dreaming like this, the lines between dreams and reality will gradually become too blurred for you. These dreams will always give you what you want, while reality remains full of pain and difficult situations.
And you get addicted to
If you're not
escapism.
careful, you can get hurt.
Don't worry. I still have control.
Are you sure?
Hey, how about we put all this troublesome stuff aside and get back to our coffee and snacks, hmm? Whether it's just a dream or real life, you should be happy.
You can't just brush off something like this. We don't even know how you people got here or where you even came from. Sorry.
No, it's all right. I understand that.
It seems that for now, this place is still relatively harmless for you. But I wonder if there's any way to go deeper into the dream.
Huh. Now that you mention it, I once heard a strange voice tell me that there's an entrance here.
Yeah?
I'm not interested in checking it out at the moment, but maybe I'll go in and have a look later.
Okay. Thanks for... Just as I expected. We're only on the surface of...
Okay. We have a bigger problem. But this place is kind of nice.
Huh? What are we doing? Wait a second. We were just up there. No, down there?
Oh, upside down?
Don't panic. This is how dreams work. We've left Debbie's dream, but the dream is still continuing onward. This dream has the ability to create imaginary people, which is why people are so unwilling to wake up.
If it weren't for what we just saw, Paimon might still find that a bit...
I have a guess. If these dreams are connected, the fact that Debbie was able to realize that she was dreaming means that she is not very deep in the dream yet. But the space we're in has been turned upside down. Do you remember?
Oh, right! Dreams are chaotic.
That's right. It's possible that we're heading deeper into this dream now. And the deeper we go, the closer we'll get to the essence of the dream.
Right!
Okay.
So the answers might be waiting for us.
Yes. And we should get ready for whatever we may encounter.
So जाए कैसे pick up and then put it here.
It looks like we may need to put something inside there.
Trampoline. Okay.
Grow, grow, grow! The Temple of Wisdom!
Our bond is strong. I'll settle this. Hey there! Coming at ya! Ha-ha! Cha!
Why waste our energy? Oh, that was fast.
Whoa! When it rains, it seems to disappear slowly.
Yes, and it appears again as soon as the rain stops. It's less like a flower, and more like a dangerous slime that's trying to keep out of sight.
Here we go again with Nahita's analogy.
नाहिदा पे हाथ उठा रहा है.
Huh? Are we back up here again? Wait. Paimon's confused. Are we up here or down there? Good thing we didn't fall.
Yes, we did. We just fell upwards.
That's not helping, Nahida. Paimon has no clue what's going on anymore.
Okay, hopefully ये गायब ना हो जाए मेरे वहाँ पहुँचने तक. Okay, let's go inside. क्या चल रहा है? This is why I love
Here a little earlier?
Sumero.
This is probably Ilmon's dream.
Huh? Why would he start dreaming?
Yes, but it seems that the danger isn't enough to stop him from...
Based on what we've learned so far, he must be sleeping more deeply for his dreams to appear here.
But fortunately, he already knows us from before.
Oh, he's with his wife.
Ilman!
Oh, it's you! Incredible! I didn't know you would appear in my dream, too.
Did you say dream? Wait, so you know this is a dream?
Of course. Such good things rarely happen to me in real life these days. Here, let me introduce everyone. This is Minar, my wife who I mentioned before. And this is our daughter, Hydar.
Hello. It's a
Whoa, Dad! You know the den. And what's this? No, it's Pat! Anyway, now's not the time for that!
You're right.
Oh, right! We didn't see him in a moment.
Sorry. I just had to make sure that Hydar could get a chance to see her mom. I had gotten pretty familiar with the hike, so I brought Hydar with me.
Yes, I'm glad too. I didn't expect her to grow up so fast. It must have been very hard for him. I regret not being able to fulfill my role as a wife and a mother.
No, don't talk like that. Let's leave all...
What should we do now?
I'm sorry, but I should tell you that your dream did not create us. We are real people with our own conscience. Like the last time we met, we are still investigating this dream, and we've all...
So you mean there's something nefarious with this dream as well?
Ilmon,
It seems the reunion of our family is destined to only be temporary.
Maybe, but in all likelihood,
She gets so
that
sad.
is indeed how things will end.
Oh. No, Mom, you can't leave!
I'm afraid I don't quite understand what's going on. Don't worry, Hydar. Mom's not
Minar doesn't understand any of... I'm fully aware that this is a dream, so that's why... Never mind. I mean, I don't get any of the complicated stuff, but...
Yes.
Then please, regardless of whatever caused this dream to come to pass, but does this dream...
I'm afraid so.
Okay, please, come this way. You can... I have heard that the further down you go, the more pleasant the dreams become. And the more, the answer you're looking for may also be found there.
Thank you for helping us.
You're welcome. I'll be right behind you. Otherwise, my daughter might be mad at her mother after we...
We're not doing something bad, are we, Nahida?
No, Paimon,
That
no.
depends on how you define good and bad.
Layers and layers of dreams. Wow.
It's the same place again. This place is...
But they appear to be getting more and more aggressive.
Right. Ilmon is clearly aware that he's... Rather than dreaming on a deeper level...
I believe we're on the right track. It's not that the dreams are getting deeper. It's the owner's attachment to the dreams that's... But you would never mistake dreams for real life, right?
Sometimes, Paimon almost wishes her dream... But it's just a quick thought.
Paimon
Long
dreams?
before Paimon's thinking about other things.
Listen, we're real beings living in the real world. This also explains the insubstantiality of our dreams. No matter what they may become, we don't really care. But if we decide to abandon reality and embrace our dreams, then our dreams will become far more substantial.
Oh, wait!
Your mind will begin to build the dream far more attentively, which in turn will make it feel more... Do you remember how the Akasha can turn dreams into jnana energy? Constructing a realistic dream consumes a similar energy.
Does that mean there's a host of these dreams here like Milu during the Sephiroth festival? If we wake that person up, this collective dream...
Most likely. But the collective dream in Sumeru City was created by the Akasha, and now the Akasha has been turned off. This has nothing to do with the Aranara, and humans are not capable of creating a collective dream, which means...
Huh? So, did someone manage to restart the Akasha?
That's impossible. But they are probably a scholar of the Academia who had a close connection with the Akasha. Even so, How did they manage to do it? Yeah, we haven't gotten to the... Once we know their motive, all the...
वाह, हमें अपने से कहीं जाना नहीं पड़ रहा है।
Committed to memory, sharing my knowledge.
Coming at ya! Hey there! Hiya! Now! Attack! That's the way. Coming at ya! Hey there!
कितना डीप जाना है इन्हें?
Coming at ya! Just a little
Oh
longer.
no.
Grow, grow, grow! Uglay, you're up!
Lightning terrified!
All the water that used to be here has turned into rain! Then let's get through here before the water level rises.
कैसे चढ़े इसके ऊपर? Yeah, let's go. नीचे क्यों बैठे? Pixie, yo, hi. अरे यार, मुझे यहाँ का ये वाटर को कम करना है, बट हाय। क्या मैं यहाँ रहूंगी तो ये कम होगा? ये वाला पानी कम करना है। I don't know यहाँ पे क्या करना. So pretty. ये जगह है ना. Let me just go do something. Oh. Okay, so how do I go up? Did I just jump कहीं पर? I don't know what I'm doing इस point पे. I think मुझे शुरू से ये करना पड़ेगा because I am lost. Flying. Okay, thankfully I did not die. अरे यार मैं कहाँ फंस गई हूँ? So how do we go up? Okay. मैं तो इस पे कूद रही थी. इस पे कूद रही थी मैं. Are we back? अभी तक भी ये पानी खत्म नहीं हुआ है. I don't know what to do. Return to the location will temporarily clear the pooling water and allow single nozzle to be obtained. क्या चल रहा है? रुक जा. फिर से शुरू करते हैं because this is too much. This is too much. समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है क्या करना है. I cannot do this again. ऐसा करती हूँ.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commissions.
Pixie, are you there? भाई हमने वायलेट एवरगार्डन शुरू किए हैं. एनीमे है क्या? एनीमे है.
I do love Spina di Rosula's logo. It was designed by my mother. Have you noticed how it's shaped like a heart?
Yes. Okay. Pixie, मैं ना मतलब स्ट्रीम बंद कर रही हूँ. अभी थोड़ा ब्रेक लूंगी. उसके बाद फिर वापस आऊंगी तो बात करते हैं. ठीक है.